in this area right here. And I'm hoping that my pole don't go off. Oh man, don't hit me now. They're looking at me and then they'll slide on and go to the bike. There's a bike part back there. I like that little bike part. Think I'm gonna go visit that and run these guys back there because I beat them down with these here bucktails back there. Even though it's shallow back there. And we're working on deep water right now because the water's still warm. It's still warm here. So I might go back there, then again I might not because I'm not wasting no time. I'm in here looking for them big, beautiful specks that I normally pull out of here, and they got me working. And because they got me working, that means I'm gonna find them. I'm gonna definitely beat them down until dark, run me out of here. That's what it's gonna be. Probably a half an hour before dark, we'll pull up out of here. Now I'll probably cut the film, before that time, and tell y'all about it on another video. That I smashed them right at the end. I smashed them. Because for them, it's the same thing like we do human. We want that comfort. I just was talking about it's been comfortable all day long. And the fish, same way, especially specks. They got that thermocline that they prefer, and they're not gonna move too far out of it. And they gotta eat. Yes, they gotta eat, but they're gonna also find that thermocline because the bait fish also need that thermocline too, and they're following that bait to that right depth, that right area. And guess what? I gotta find it. The sniper must find them. I done earned my name on finding them. So again, I don't find them today like I normally do. No problem. I'm gonna have y'all on another video as we get into the cooler months and it's the water temperature drop a little bit. In the same area we're in right now, the same area. This is the thing that blows your mind in the art in the game of fishing. You'll come back to the same area, and now this water's holding 10 degrees cooler than what it is right now. It's in 68, 69 degrees. And man, I cannot talk to y'all like I'm talking to y'all now because these poles are going off. And you got the right bait. These poles are going off. And we're pulling them in. But the same area, when conditions get even righter, it will change. Y'all, wasn't I just telling y'all about changes and how a place changes over each year, storms and all that, and even with the climate, with winter coming in, and hell, we know in northern states like Wisconsin's on up there, that rate in Ohio, they're already cold. You got to have a jacket up there in those territories right now. I guarantee you. Walk outside a t-shirt if you want to. I mean, some people probably do that just because, they get that macho man type mindset. But that don't prove nothing but that you cold. You're cold, but you're trying to be macho. But yeah, it's already cool up there now. But right here, give it about another good month. Another month. Because we're in October. Normally we're cool by now. Halloween, we normally cool in Florida. Florida, we cool in about Halloween. We done had our first cold front, that good one too, that kind of shock all the Floridians. Like, whoa! Oh man, it's 40 degrees out there. You putting jackets on and all that kind of stuff. Then you're peeling them off about 1 o'clock that day. I mean, it was 40 degrees this morning, and now you're pulling the jacket off because it's 78. But that's Florida, man. But yeah, this gonna crank up. And there's a thing that caused in every lake, going through the summer, that hot surface temperature, the lake's gonna turn over. What they mean? Well, even in the summertime, you may get a surface temperature of 90 degrees. I recorded 90 degrees in some of the trips we were on. And the lake will turn over after a while. Like I said, it's gonna get darker sooner. It gets darker earlier now. And it stays darker longer. That's why we keep these cool water temperatures. And that bottom temperature down there, see now I'm seeing I got still 78 degrees. Now that only probably goes down to about maybe 10 feet. 78 degrees, maybe that's 78 degrees. Yeah, the whole entire lake. So the lake's gonna turn over pretty soon, and it's gonna be cooler on top. That's what it's gonna be, just be cooler on top. In the deeper lakes, what we're talking about, let's say if that surface temperature, because I'm 12 feet, I'm still getting the temperature of 78 degrees. So that garment goes down pretty deep, recording temperature. And But it's called a lake turnover. You know, you want that lake, when that lake turns over and stay cool. Even through the mid of the day, it'll stay cool, hold that temperature. I watched this temperature kind of rise a little bit in this lake. Even in Hyson Lake, I got in there 72 degrees. By the time I got out, it was 75. That's what I'm talking about. That won't happen when the lake turns over. That lake will maintain that 72 degrees or 62 degrees. It won't move too far off there to meet 60, 63. It'll stay right around that area. And man, Spec loved that. Spec loved that. You know? And the rest of the guys do too. I'm surprised nobody ain't bust me yet. And I'm in some prime area too right now. So that's the deal. I mean, and that's what the whole angling deal is. Like, now if I was on a big lake around here like Lake Okeechobee, I'd be snatching them out right now. Because I know where they at, I know where I need to be at, and that's a big system. And they're in like 100 different places in there, three or 400 different places in there, and their abundance of it in them areas. They holding them areas down, you can go in there and wipe them. Especially if you've been on the lake for a little bit and got done your homework and know where to get them at all through the season. Go in there and smash them right now. I go in there and smash them right now, even though I don't live near Lake Okeechobee. It's a good little 2-hour drive from Tampa here, but we'll go over there and smash it. That's a big system. A lot of places to look too. So that's one thing about versus this system. Then again, we all heard you can't make them bite. You sure can't make them bite. You can throw the whole tackle box at them, but I might, since I'm not getting any activity, I'm gonna leave the 1/8 bucktail on. He's been producing. I'm gonna get my willow leaf. I'm gonna get my willow leaf here and put one of my my watermelon tails on there. Boy, I love that nasty bean, y'all. Y'all see that? Y'all know about that nasty bean hook? I'm sure y'all do. They just, how they just started bending that hook like that. I love that nasty bean hook, man. That's a nasty hook right there, boy. I tell you, that joker, they don't miss. He don't miss. They hit this, man. They even breathe on it, they hook. I'm telling you right now. They breathe on it, their hook. All right, boys. Let's go into the vault. Ain't nobody jumped on y'all yet, huh? I'm rocking 4. Man, I gotta give me another battery charger. My daggone onboard battery charger blew up, man. It blew up. He gave me a lot of service for a long time. I ain't never had one to do that on me. And this is a big charging pro, 3 bank. And I only was using 2 banks. Now I'm looking at these little tails. Now what I do is take the tails, these little chartreuse tails here, had killed up in here, man. That little chartreuse tail. Now I take that tail off there. Of course I use the jig head too for some, when I need to lighten it up. But that little chartreuse tail, I got bigger ones. That's what made me buy these chartreuse tails. You can't probably see them. That's what made me buy these. That came from Bass Pro Shop. But these just regular old Walmart specials, cream, they work. I caught some specs in here. I've caught some specs on. Now this boy is wrong, man. Yeah, he's running. But like I'm hitting, no, I ain't hitting bottom. What is it? 11 feet? All right, where that green at? Where that green at? Come on, y'all. Where that green at? Maybe I ought to go black and chartreuse, but I'm gonna do that green, man. There you go. Let's put that green on with that willow leaf. Boy, I tell you what, I had a little mishap. My daggone tackle box fell in the water, got all wet. And I know some of my stuff done discolorated. That might make the bait better by being discolorated. That might make it better. Sometimes it doesn't. I mean, what do they know? Oh, that's supposed to be greener than what it is. They, fish don't know. Fish only know that look like a minnow. That I gotta have. So let me take it from up here before you end up falling in there again. Got a guard that just showed itself right there. Man, the guards the guards active everywhere. They're active in Histon today. They the most freaking ham bones I've seen, especially in Histon, since they sprayed the place, man, and they shut the bite down. I mean, they killed the bite. Histon was one of them places, y'all done seen the video. You guys need to like and subscribe and keep that bell smashed so y'all can get these good videos that's getting ready to come your way. We're finna get real serious about the product and the whole operation that we doing here. Because we know we're much, much better, at this than what we've seen. So we're getting ready to step the game up and get back to our original formation. And you guys gonna be glad that you're along for the ride. That I guarantee you. Now, like today, I got to talk to me and say, hey, you need to bust the scales off these jokers, man. Can't have it your way. When you come in here, 1 o'clock, 12 o'clock, you know the best bites. You know that all your fish in life. Early in the morning, late in the evening. Like I say, I'm on spin, boy. Oh yeah, I like that willow leaf spinning like that. And you got to tough it out. It ain't that bad. Like I said, it's comfortable. It's nice and comfortable, man. It's been comfortable all day long. I haven't really have no perspiration, to where the shirt got all wet. I mean, it's been nice and comfortable all day long. It really has. Now, this is a good territory right here. I mean, that garment is saying, man, take a look at this. I know it, man. I want somebody to be there. I want to see one of these poles bow over. Yeah, I got to get another battery charger, y'all. I tell you right now, keep that Minn Kota buzzing. And I tell you, Delco Voyager, that's what I got down there that runs that Minn Kota. That battery proved itself to me way back in my bass fishing days. I had my little 14-foot bass boat. It was called a bomber bass boat. And it was a full laid out bass boat like this deal here. This is a tri-hull boat, but it's not a bass boat. It's kind of like, one of them like little you call like a little kind of like, it's a little tri-hull like, pleasure boat. But, my little bomber bass boat was a tri-hull, and had a 60 horse on the back of it, and I had Voyager batteries in that thing. And man, I was younger, I was into the speed, of course, I only had a 60 horse on there. How fast can you think you're gonna go? But of course, that kind of like works up to the later days, like the boats I done had and sold, and the one that I'm finishing up now, it's going to be running in the high 70s and mid 70s, the high, touching the low 80s, and that's just the way I run. That's the way I operate, in certain type of conditions on the water. We ain't out there trying to, be the fastest boat on the water and stuff, but my boats got to be high performance machines. Besides this little guy, man, even this little guy got a 40 on the bike. This little guy get up and roll pretty good, for a little guy. I could get crazy and throw a 60 bite there now and get up a little bit more speed. But it's not necessary on this little guy. But on that rig that we got, going to be soon pretty good, finished pretty soon. That rig's going to run like the one before it that these seats came out of. It was an 18. It ran 75 easy. I was clocked coming under the bridge one time. Weirdest thing, because I was going to get the mangrove snapper, and the tide was starting to move, and I was way over there on Courtney Campbell Causeway, and I had to go all the way on the other side of Gandy to get at these guys. Because you want to get that tide, you want to hit that tide, you want to be there at the right time with the tide and everything. So I was aired out, and I came from the other side of Courtney Campbell, Came on the Howard Franklin, aired out between Howard Franklin and Gandy, aired out. And as I was approaching Gandy Bridge, I seen them blue lights kind of moving into the channel slowly. And I'm rocking, man. I'm rolling 70. I'm probably running at least 72, 73. At least I thought, and I was. And rooster tail all out the back. I mean, you just couldn't miss it. But freaking FWC rolled out and they wait, man, hey. Before I could get out, I come up under the bridge and it's just like I broke the boat down. Ooh. Came over there, kind of idled up to him, and he had a smirk on his face like, where are you going? So I'm trying to get over to my mangrove spot before that tide get up too high. He said, yeah? He said, well, dang, man. You know how fast you're going? I said, no, about, what, 60, 65? I said, no, we clock you at 72 miles an hour. I'm like, dang. Is that right? He said, yeah, we just want you to slow it down a little bit, man. I mean, we seen you coming on the other side of the bridge. We seen the cloud of water, you got your rooster tail going and all that kind of stuff. He said, just break it down a little bit. I said, yeah, no problem, man, no problem. He said, you got your license on that? Flashed my license to him. He said, all right, man. Okay, be safe, man. Have a good day. And of course I am safe with it because, I don't recommend you out there running that just to run it. You better know what you're freaking doing. I'm running Jake plate. I had the Jake plate and I was running my 23 Tempest on there. That Tempest, I could have ran a 25 easy. I was running the 23 Tempest, which when I sold the boat, I kept that Tempest. And I kept these seats that came out the boat. And so I was, I had a Jake, running the Bob's Jake plate, all that good stuff. And it was 18 foot with a 200 on the back of it. And in the boat, I would say the boat was like a knockoff. It was like a knockoff, or either it was just like a Skeeter bass boat haul. But I'll never forget that day. That was funny. That's kind of funny. I seen them blue lights coming out, and he was waving me over, and I just said, you have to break it down. You whoa, like, yeah. What in the world you want, man? You rather have a ticket, or you rather me tell you to slow it down a little bit? Well, I take the slow down. It's real cool. It's cool though. It's cool. It don't really calm down a little bit more now. Sun's still peaking pretty good. I'm sitting here talking about my high performance days, which ain't over yet. Because like I said, this next rig, it's gonna be a rocker, and that's where it's gonna be when you're running the bays and all that kind of stuff. And you running long distance, you better have the right machine to do it. I know I got to. This thing will smooth out real nicely, boy. It got real nice and laid down a little bit. Don't have to work the Minn Kota that much. Now we can sit and see if we can get up. This water that water cool. That water got a good cool surface temperature. That's a really good cool temperature right there to where these guys out, they know they comfy down there. We know they're in the area. I'm gonna look at some baits, make sure they ain't got no trash on them. Yeah, they killed a bite. Nope, he's nice and clean. Got a little trash on him. Man, them specs of them big eyes, they see any abnormal object on this bait, they're like, nah, that's not real. We're gonna rock that. We're coming around a deep hole here. It's about a 14. We're already in it. 14-foot hole right here, and it goes all the way around on out towards that way. And I remember one evening, boy, I already caught them up. It's good when you done caught them up. You say, okay, good. I got me a good fish fry in there and some fillets for later. And every time I come around this bend right here, that y'all can see right here, you can probably see the grass. Every time I come around here, pole bent over. And it was cooler then. It was cooler, the water was cooler. It was cooler water temperature then. So, but like I see something now in the tradition. Yeah, I see something now. Don't look like much, but boy, you'd be surprised. Like a little pod or something. Hopefully one of them poles will go off. I see him right there. Yeah, that was some funny stuff right there. And I said, like fish swimming by, probably dark. You don't see 'em. Got good structure down there. We're in 13 feet of water, kind of risen up a little bit. And what I just seen by that, didn't decide to take neither one of them jigs. Well, I'm gonna tell you, it's been that's one thing I love about fall. It's just so comfortable all day long. You know, especially got a little breeze coming back again. Appreciate that breeze. Cause we're still kind of on the warm side here in Florida, man. I mean, now North Florida, whole different ball game. I bet you can get to North Florida right now. Oh yeah, you want your long sleeve shirt on, I guarantee it. That was a nice bass just blew up down there. That was a bass. That wasn't no gar right there. That was a bass. All right, y'all, come on, let's get a couple of these big specs out of here. It ain't too early for them. And it kind of made me think, like, you know, I call this here place right here a wintertime hole because that's when I caught them. That's when I caught them on. I done been in here in the summertime, and the only thing I caught was some nice shell cracking. Not a lot of them, but a couple of nice shell cracking. And when the ones I caught was big. Of course, I wanted more than two, but that's all I caught in the summertime. I mean, speck didn't show up nowhere. I could find structure to drop down on. Nobody's home. Like, where in the hell these guys go in the summertime? Then you watch these other, you know, some of the other content creators that I like to watch. They're killing them in the summertime. Like, he starts with, well, they're in the big lake system. You know, these big lakes, man, they know they're deeper, and they are deeper because you look at the depth finder, they're 30 feet hole, man. 30 foot right there, you know, and 40 feet. God, dog. Oh, yeah, that proved to be deadly right there. You're going to get them in that. And they're catching them at 20 feet, you know, so, yeah. That'll get you a good summertime bite. You know, a little system like this, I ain't found no whole 15 feet yet in here. 14 feet, we just come out of it. That's the deepest in this compound. And I done been all over it. All over it. 14 feet. That tells me like, well, hell, these specks can't be too many places. Well, no, they can't, but like straight ahead there, y'all can see that on camera straight, all that little jungle right there, water's up underneath there. And I know in the summertime, if there's like 8 feet, even a 10 feet hole back there, they love that. And then they got the bait back there too, all the forage they know they need. They don't need to come out here in the summertime. Because up there, they up in the brush, picking off bait, shed. There's some nice sheds in this place too. Nice shed. I seen bass chasing some over there early just a minute ago. And but yeah, that's the whole deal about the special specs. If we have everything we need, why go out there? We got cover from the sun. They really don't like that. They don't have eyelids and shades like we got in the hat they can put on. So that bothers them. And even though it's a good green tannic type compound, you know, still that sun, none like the mighty sun. The mighty sun penetrates. But man, with me sitting here, kind of like filling in the folks here on fishing strategies and all the other stuff. Not one of these poles went off. Well, we had one pole go off. Little bass something down there. I'm seeing some speck. I'm seeing something that symbolizes fish again. Maybe we're getting ready to get nailed. Yeah, I don't want to run this video too long, and I got to be truthful. I got to tell you the truth, you know, because I've been at it all day since 6:30 this morning. I got up and then to get these minnows, they open at 8 o'clock, so I had to kind of like stall time, gassed up and all that good stuff. And I killed time pretty good. So by the time I got gassed up at 7 o'clock, then I still had a good little run to get over to where the minnows were. Got over there, it was about 7:30. You know, got in a position and kind of sat back. It was like 7:40. Now it's the waiting game. It's the waiting game. You guys see me just yawning. See what we got on the thing. Okay, we're ready at an hour, y'all. All right, folks, what I'm going to go ahead and do, y'all, I'm going to go ahead and cut the video here. We caught that one bass on camera. It's looking to catch more. But it's starting, this place here, this particular place is like others. It really fires off when this here water really gets cool. And it's hovering around, 64, 65 degrees. This place, I mean, we done caught like 5 or 6, more, some specks. We done caught some specks by now when this place really cools off a little bit, and get to where it's going to be. Look at that, I'm seeing a lot of something right here, man. I mean, golly, what in the world is that? What in the world is that? I mean, if one of these poles don't go off, it's a shame. Yeah, we already got an hour video here, so we're gonna see what we got here. See if we can get one more on the board for y'all. Man, that looked good. Boy, the freaking bass scared the crap out of me. I'm saying concentrating on these guys. Man, nobody gonna touch them babies. Come on now. Maybe I'm dragging it too fast. I think I am. Oh yeah, they're lively in there. I'm inviting you guys to a fish Friday night. Boy, that looked real good right there. With that done, I'm gonna stay right here in this area and do a roundabout. Got the jets coming on the airport just down there. TIA, just down the road a little bit. Well, that was a nice look right there. And got nice and quiet. I got a bucket full of minnows. I'm gonna cast up in there with them here in a minute. Go back over this spot here again. Nice little brush pile there. See what's cranking up on that. Nice little brush pile. Alrighty, okay. Dang, look at that thing there. Look at that thing. I don't know if y'all can see this depth finder, but look at all that right there. Now that could be structure coming off the bottom. That could be some structure coming off the bottom there too. Dang, okay, still dragging that pretty good, which should make a difference. I don't want to drag it too fast. looks good right there. All right, we just came back over that spot. Another jet. Boy, I know they're watching that thing. Come on, y'all need to jump on that thing. I know y'all want to. Y'all looking at that and like, wow, there go that tasty old bait again. All right, my good folks out there in YouTube land, we're gonna go ahead and end this video, and we're gonna, we got to get this lake time to, when the lake cool off a little bit more, and that's what it's been my experience. When it cools off in here, and that water get around, 65, 64 degrees, right in them 60s, them low 60s, this thing's on fire. You got the right bait. I never really caught them on minnows like that, too much in here, but I didn't even need no minnows. I mean, I was killing them on jigs, but this place fire off. It fires off like a lot of other places will. That got a good population, and the lake's got a good population, and it ain't too much pressure. That when this fall, because we're in a transition period right now too. So they're transitioning. They're coming out of summer, getting ready, getting in their fall movement. So when all that get adjusted. And that's why I noticed the fire off. This lake will fire off when the temperatures are stable, just like when it comes to when they're gonna spawn. Bass, crappie, bluegill, shell crack, all that temperature's got to be consistent. If it's not, they're not dropping them eggs. But just like the temperature for them to start feeding up for the spring spawn, that's gonna happen here in the next couple of weeks. And we're gonna bring y'all some quality video on it. Y'all gonna remember this video this day. And we're talking about the conditions and stuff like that. And that's why, even to myself, I just look at the educational purpose in the strategy of an angler sitting here figuring out what the fish is doing and the time of the season and what that they're in, and how to approach these fish or whatever fish that they're after. And that's important. No matter. Sometimes you get about 10 when you used to catch 20, but the whole deal is when it gets stabilized, when the system stabilizes, you go in there and smash it, because we know they're gonna congregate because they're getting ready to get fed up for the spawn. Specs gonna come together. They're gonna be in more balls, and I can come in here and catch 30 or 40 of them. All right, guys, we're gonna go ahead and end that video. Man, like and subscribe, and share the video, because it's education. And a lot of things that folks need to know, they don't know, they'll probably get to know because you shared it. And hit, smash that bell. So when we drop these videos, you guys will be informed first. Alrighty, guys, thanks for riding along with me. Ken Tech Outdoors. We're gonna be back at you in this lake in the next couple of weeks. Y'all remember this. You're gonna say, wow, it's amazing. He was just talking to us 2 weeks ago. Now look at what's going on in the same lake, West Lake. Don't forget that name. All right, y'all have a good Saturday.